Hey.
Welcome to another episode of Dissect. I go by the name of Novelist.
And I go by the name of Jewel.
And we have another excited episode here for you this evening. Hope you guys enjoy this. Jules, I don't know if you want to talk about this artist, if you want to big him up, if you want to gossip before we get into the vibe. I'm pumped up. I'm pumped up, right? So,
honestly, you know what? First and foremost, I want to say that the music that's coming out from this artist are beats that a lot of people have heard, but had no idea that it was this artist. Yep. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited to find out more about the artist, how he came up with these beats, and the people that he's collabed with to make these beats, to make these beats for. So, you know what? Without further ado, I think we should just bring him out. Mr. Yeah. I'm going to call him Mr. because he's that big.
It's facts.
Mr. Wetty Beatz. Welcome to Dissect.
Dissect. What's going on?
What's going
on?
You
guys doing? You guys good, right?
We're good, man. Thank you for blessing us with your presence.
Of course. We're into the dissecting thing right now within the lab. We're just gonna, pull out everything, foot, hand, you understand what I mean? So now, this is the time. So the viewers are looking in and you know what I mean? Big up all yourself. This is Wetty Beatz on the inside and we're ready to go. You see me?
You see it?
Yeah.
All right.
Since we started with the energy, I love the energy, by the way.
Of course, all the time.
Let's tell the people about Wetty Beatz. Where Wetty Beatz from?
All right. Well, Wetty Beatz is a born and grown Vincentian, you know what I mean? I'm from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, mostly in the Grenadines though. I was I'm born and raised on an island called Union Island. It's further down in the Grenadines. So you have like St. Vincent, you have like Beckwith, and you have Canada. So, you have like Carriacou and Grenada, so on and so forth, But I'm from Union Island, right? I was born and raised in Union Island. And yeah, I'm producing. I'm a producer, I'm an artist, I'm also a sound engineer.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, I do my own stuff like graphic design and all that thing.
Yeah.
I do most of my things, like just staying creative and trying to go on to the next. Always something new with me. So yeah, right now you're gonna taste and understanding who the big boss is, the Wetty Beatz. I mean,
yes.
The big boss.
No, he's a big boss, man. You have to put the crown on the thing. You're a big boss.
Right.
As we go on with the show, the people will understand why we calling you the big boss, because like Joel said, a lot of people dance to the music and didn't know. Like even myself, you know what I mean? Even myself. So. But before we get into that, I want to know how the whole music thing started. And since you mentioned you do graphics, you do beats, you also write, and you do vocals. Which one started first?
I would say the artist, the on the artist side, it started first because like when I was like around 5 years old, I was on the stage with big artists like Talpree and Benjai and them guys, but basically just singing over their songs. So
Right.
everywhere people used to be like when them guys come for Easterval or something like, yo, boom, I run up on the stage, I sing them tune, people getting crazy. Oh, okay, yeah, I mean, but from ever since I was more on the artist side, right?
Right.
So I grew up being an artist, doing, and I did my first song when I was 11 years old, around there, or maybe 11, 10, 10, 11. I can't remember exactly what age, but I did my first song. Shout out to Rollo. Rollo wrote that song for me, a guy from St. Vincent called Rollo. He was in the Roses crew, so he wrote my first song, and I was playing on radio as a young, upcoming artist. As like 10, 11, I was already playing on radio and stuff like that. But yeah.
So that was a soca song as well, or?
Yeah, it was a soca song. It was called Take a Mid.
Okay.
Well,
take a mid, but don't get the wrong idea. And I say take a mid, but don't get the wrong idea. I really mean I made to make up the bed and whatever. And,
Yeah.
But that good. I'm double meaning songs. That good. That was a little controversy. Was big, and
right.
People really like it. And I won Soca Monarch in kind of one with that song. Take a mid and stuff. But yeah, that go.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna ask if you were in competition with that, but yes, you just answered that question. So,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so you're in the business from long
time, man. So, that is it right there.
All right. And so then what? I guess the production side of things was kicking after that, or?
Yeah, the production side kicking after when So when I was going to school, Static was my teacher at the time. Static Music. You guys probably heard of Static.
Yeah.
Static. It was always because we grew up on the same island. We was always together.
Vibing,
he used to manage me at some point, right?
Okay.
Management at some point, and then he had his own studio. So I used to go to the studio, and when we say studio, I mean we in rich, but we have something where we can record and
mic and
music and vibe. Yeah. And then I got my first computer around 14 years old or 13.
Right.
And then from there I got program like Fruity Loops FL Studio, and I started building my beats and I was very interested in that. That was like real. That's the first thing when I got my computer, that's the first thing I wanted to do. Try out FL Studio and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I used to go while going to school, I used to work with my friends, we used to do little recordings. Sometimes I didn't even have no mic, like proper mic. I recorded with the computer itself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we did like a couple albums and thing and sell it in school, and we go around a little popular in school because we ain't big, but for school
big
days,
in school,
when you're singing and thing and you're selling a CD to a teacher and thing, he's like, what?
Right.
So yes, what I mean? By that time we was really on it. It was good. It was cool.
Yeah.
And from there I just keep doing beats, but it was only for my personal, And I was too shy to like put my stuff out there. I think like people might probably think like, yo, it's in song good or whatever. And then one Easterval, Lava Man came to you, and then my mom made the link with him, right? And then from there, because Lava Man was always like one of my top
favorite
artists.
too.
When you talk about artists, that was my favorite artist. When you
That
talk
was
about
one of mine too.
Me and Lava Man is crazy. I running home from school to hear his new song, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So from there, I send him a beat, because then I moved to Paris, right? Because at the moment I'm living in Paris.
Right.
The moment I'm in Holland, but living in Paris, so I'm jungling between the two, Holland and Paris, right?
Okay.
So when I moved to Paris, and I sent him one beat, because when we made that connection, it was like, you know what I mean? So them times like sending out emails, and WhatsApp wasn't a thing by then. So sending him email, and then he respond to me. He's like, yo, that's cool, boom, boom, jump on the rhythm. And then before you know it, we come up with a song, Girl Alone. We don't play bass with man, Girl Alone.
I know you produced that too.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. And from there, the thing gone. And from there, it went viral. Everybody want to go on the rhythm. Everybody want to jump on it.
Yeah,
We even have Talpri and Bungie Garlin collabing on it.
yeah.
And from there, it went global. It went big.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it also it kind of made a dent into Grenadian music. When I say a dent, I mean it made a little change too, because normally in Grenadian music is traditional, right? So like
Yeah.
when it's about jab, we talk about the conch shell.
Yeah.
It have
Yeah.
we have blowing the conch shell,
Yeah. The one piece.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I took that same conch shell now and then just be crazy and inventive and make it different, like
Yeah.
something different, and then
Yeah.
people start digging the vibe, and from there, the whole Grenadian market, the whole movement just changed, and everybody just being, inventive and stop being like afraid to do it, and then the music just went viral,
Yeah.
global.
Yeah.
So
No,
yeah, from the producing point from the producing point, that's where I started, and
Okay.
until now, I keep doing my thing,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
keep getting better and better and trying to at least, you
Wow.
know.
I'm still
That's
amazed that
amazing.
you produced that song, because I don't know what, like Lava is one of my favorite artists.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
far
yeah.
as far as Grenada go, it was Tall Pre for me, and then it was Lava Man,
Mm-hmm.
and then somewhere along the line you came along, and Lord
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
you've been causing havoc ever since in my life, but it's all good.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
but
man.
before we get there, you mentioned that you moved to Paris,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you also study engineering.
Yeah, I studied engineering in Paris, so
But
Mhm.
what?
I had to do it
Why
in
Paris?
French, and yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
So
said. But why Paris? Paris is a whole French and
yeah, but the thing is let me explain a little bit. So I was adopted, right? But
mm,
it's not like I don't know my parents. I was just adopted so I could come and further my studies and also integrate into
okay,
another country,
right,
and things like that, right?
Okay.
It was all planned. It was all. So it's
yeah,
like I
Yeah.
don't know my parents. Everybody knows. So this guy that he's called Daniel, this is my dad, adopted father. He used to come to the Caribbean even before I was born. And when I was born, he took care of me from a kid go right up, you know.
okay,
Yeah.
Not
yeah,
saying my dad is not there, but
yeah, yeah, yeah,
he took care of me still,
yeah,
and always bringing me something, always helping
Mhm.
me when musically and stuff like that. So when I told you I got my first computer, he's the one that bought me my computer. Everything in my
Mhm.
life, this
okay,
guy, did
Y-
for me, and
nice,
so by then I decided, what? Well, it's cool if I could go learn another language, go, settle down in another country, try it out,
right,
see how it goes, and further my studies. And before you know it,
Mhm.
I came to Paris to like install myself, like really and truly, like 11 years ago or something.
yeah,
And then I had to learn French, obviously, because when school they only teach you bonjour, ça va, yeah,
hmm
okay, and then you don't know anything else from there.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know the basics. So from there I decided to go intensive classes every morning,
right,
and I only had 6 months before I could get into the engineering school. So it was only a 6 month period I had to learn French. So from
Yeah.
there I just went straight into the engineering school.
mm,
And
Mhm.
in the beginning, when teacher teaching you, like, you just sitting there and all and like, and you're
Yeah.
like,
right,
and you just like, okay. And then there's a word might pass and you say,
yeah,
oh yeah, I know this. By
I
the
know
time
that
you say,
word.
oh yeah, I know,
Yeah.
the whole
Damn,
conversation gone already.
yeah,
So you gotta catch up, you know what I mean? So it was a case like that, and then the whole thing come around as you go by, you start getting comfortable and learning the things. And then I was like,
right,
next 6 months, that's it. Like 6 months
Okay.
into a year, I already fully,
Fully
learned the whole thing.
bilingual.
Yeah, bilingual. I understand the thing. I came out with my degree and everything, so it was good. It was a good move to move here, and I speak French. It's another language. That's another advantage of
Yeah.
the whole
of
thing.
course,
If you
Absolutely.
bilingual, then you could do multiple things at the same time. Put your foot into two different market, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I mean, in the French market, going into like Martinique, Guadeloupe, trying to get into them places and do
Yeah.
music more for everybody on the same scale. You see, so yeah, that's it right there.
Honestly, I never would have thought that was the story.
Yeah,
I would have thought that you went to Paris just to learn engineering, but you were
nah,
immersed in the culture. You were you're Parisian, right?
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's
Way
a
for
Paul
Parisian.
Francais and all them things, and you know what it is. But yeah,
So that explains the song CA Pamela.
yeah. See, Pamela, that is like it's like Creole,
Yeah,
slang Creole, you know.
Yeah.
yeah.
See,
It
family, but people already use that, you know, like the bigger guys in the business, like Kassav, you know, they have a song like that, like
yeah,
CA
yeah.
boy, you know, them
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
So
you see, the man don't only know French, the man studying the thing,
That's
Talk
yeah,
about
of
cast
course, of
stuff. That's
course.
that heavy,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
That's legends, man. That's legend.
of
Man
course.
is a legend.
That,
Yeah, man.
wow.
So that's it. That's the whole movement. That's how I came to, you know, France and the reason and all that, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Right. So,
Mm-hmm.
so do you still are you still into the engineering part of
Yeah,
things?
of course. I'm into the engineer every day. I was just actually engineering a song today, but you know, I'm brand new rhythm. I want to drop maybe end of this month or next month.
Okay. So
Right.
you
So
do- so the Wetty Beat production, you guys do like the complete everything, mix, master, and everything.
complete everything.
Hmm.
Okay.
Everything, my G. You see?
Right.
So from even recording, because I have a studio here, as you see, I'm in my studio. This
Yeah.
is in
Mhm.
Holland. And I have a studio in Paris as well.
Hmm.
I have
Okay.
a studio in St. Vincent as well too. So but
Hmm.
you know, so yeah, the engineering thing is from recording to mixing to mastering, you know,
Yeah.
everything along that line,
Right.
of
So
course.
I'm suspecting that new rhythm you're working on is for Carnival.
This
New
is for
season.
carnival. It's for everything. It's for every venue.
Okay.
Once it drop and them DJs run with it, it's for every venue. You
God.
play it where you want to play it. You understand? If you want to mash up a fet and they blame me for it, it's not me
Yeah,
responsible.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just the rhythm doing what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And you understand? So yeah, that's how the thing go.
Yeah.
Trust
Yeah.
me.
It's not seasonal. The good thing about like where I'm come from in Toronto, soca music is not seasonal. It's
No, not
all
anymore.
year round.
Not
Yeah,
like it.
yeah.
Not like in the '90s, anyway. In the '90s, when we get Caravana, and that was it,
That's it.
and a half an
Yeah.
hour maybe on a Saturday. Now, any time you turn on the radio, you're gonna hear a soca song.
Soca.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Wetty
crazy and
Beatz.
that's good. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good because it's because for example in St. Vincent, right? Soca music is a like a seasonal thing. Carnival. When carnival
Mhm.
come around,
Right.
the thing and soon as carnival that I'm talking about, when I say soon as midnight hit
Yeah.
from
Mhm.
National
carnival
Radio.
Tuesday, that's it.
Yeah.
Back to dance all back to
Yeah.
regular music and thing like you know what I mean? Like, it's
Yeah.
like we don't even suppose we own, but it's
Yeah.
you understand? It's like soon as that hit, like okay, we can't wait to go back to dance and things. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
if when the music don't go anywhere, then we, you know, we blame ourselves and be like, okay, yeah, something is, you know what I mean? So
That's it.
But
it's
funny
good
thing
if
is,
soca play all the year round.
yeah,
See
of
culture,
course.
something
Mhm.
you like, why not? You know what I mean?
But that's it. And I'm kind of happy you said that because in Dominica is the same thing too. It's like Ash
Trinidad, same
Wednesday.
thing.
Yeah. So that has to be one of the reasons why we stifling our own music, our own culture, you know. Like
Absolutely.
I understand the reggae nice and cool and relaxing, but still, if soca is your thing, you should be pushing that.
So what I really trying to figure out now, and I trying to get to the bottom of this to see what it is in dancehall that all year round dancehall playing. It doesn't matter where. What is the logic behind it? What's because soca music is a music too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's derived from calypso and soul music,
yeah, yeah.
soca. You understand? So what is it that every time carnival is done, that's it? It's back to dancehall and
I can
trap
tell
and
you.
hip hop and what is
Honestly,
the remedy behind that?
honestly, I think that Jamaican people, they support their own 110%,
Yeah.
and 130%. They
Mm-hmm.
support their people every day, all year round, 24/7, 360. Um, and when I go to their parties, they're not playing soca music.
Nope.
They're not playing soca music in their parties the way that we play reggae in our soca fets.
And that's
It,
crazy.
it comes down to that.
And that what on my end, what I think it is marketing the music. If you see, like, every Thursdays, guaranteed you're gonna get a whole bunch of dancehall or reggae music. Guaranteed. Every week, dancehall, and that this been going on for a very, very long time. Right?
Mhm.
Like, I remember when in Toronto, when they had Sam's the Record Man, every Thursdays we went to get records. There was a new Bounty had a new track every Thursday. Buju had a new track every Thursday. But when Vincy Carnival come, then you're only looking forward to that month. Dominica come, you're only looking forward to that month.
And that's
Then,
crazy.
yeah.
Mm.
But you see, again, Jamaicans, it's all about pushing and pushing and pushing.
Yeah.
And you see, and just to get to that point, that's what I'm trying to run away from, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to make something completely different. Like, instead of it being, oh, Vincy Carnival, so I have to release a song by
Yeah.
April, or because it's Vincy Carnival. No.
Yeah.
My motto for this year and my motive is every month I'm releasing a song. Every last Friday in the month, I'm releasing a song.
Of
It doesn't matter if it's my personal song or it's a rhythm or it's something, as long as it's, coming out of my hands,
Right.
I am going to do so all year long. You understand? So it's not just going to be something seasonal. Oh, Vincy Mas or Grenada or this. No. Every month you're getting a song.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to stick to that for a good while, because like that is showing, like you're not stuck to a certain stigma. You're not stuck to just, oh, you're just Vincy Mas and I'll do. No. Every month you releasing a song, so it's like yearly, is that every day you could listen to soca then.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
So I give you a month to listen to this whole song and feel it out. Then the next month, if you're next one, so you're always getting soca from me. You're always getting, the culture, the full culture. You're always getting it. That's what I'm trying to do right now. And I mean, and I hope we're gonna catch on and hope we're gonna work, because the pandemic teach a lot, and it did a lot. For me personally, it did a lot. It changed a lot of stuff, because if it wasn't for the pandemic, I wouldn't have enough time to do so much songs, to be so creative and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because if that wasn't the case, then I would be in the studio recording people or doing this or doing that mix. It would have been so much hustle that I wouldn't be able to do anything for myself.
Right.
And that's why I've been lacking for a while. You understand? And in terms of the artistry, producing is always sit down and build a beat. It's not take long. Right? But as an artist, me sitting down and doing my thing,
the
pandemic helped me a lot. So I have like a long catalog of music that to put out, and I'm grateful for that. So I hope the pandemic taught other people as well, like in my field in the music industry, that we can't just stick to one thing, like just release just music, get things out there, and keep a regular flow. So people could always stay connected to you. And I mean,
yes.
That's why I realized I was lacking too. When you release a song now, the next 3, 4, 5 months, you don't release the next song, and then people looking forward for things. So then you kill yourself as an artist, because people have no content from you. So they go get it somewhere else.
True.
So I'm trying to keep that in the house now.
Yeah, it also helps you to realize that you have to have almost like multiple streams of income, because if you only depended on music all this time during the pandemic and it wasn't running, what are you living on now, right? So
the
good
thing with me, as you say, the good thing with me, I am not just an artist, so I write for people. I produce beats, I do recordings, or if not, I do engineering, which is mixing and mastering. So any of these fields, it doesn't matter. In a month, something must come up for one of these fields. You know what I mean? So for me, it wasn't a problem, and I always in the studio anyway. So the pandemic didn't really do nothing much to me, apart from not traveling and going and do shows here or there. Didn't do anything much to me. So it just helped me be creative. Basically.
Well, since we're on the pandemic, I gonna get a little sentimental for a little quick second, because if it wasn't the pandemic, I would not hear Tingo Nice again.
That's
know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
telling you. That's what I'm telling you. So that's it's a good thing. The pandemic is a good thing and it's a
Yeah,
bad thing. But in
yeah,
my case, it was a good thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
In my case too, it brought Dissect.
Yeah, of course, of course.
You know,
Yeah,
so
if I didn't have thing and I say if I didn't have them tune, you wouldn't know me if I didn't have, you know what I mean? So
Right.
exactly.
A
But
domino effect.
yeah,
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, Wetty, since I mentioned Tingo Nice again, the first song I heard from you was Pamela. CA
CA,
Pamela.
yeah.
I heard
Uh-huh.
that on the radio, and when I heard it, I was like, "Yo!" I didn't know who the artist was. They didn't say who the artist was, and I'm checking. Yo, I love that bad song, you know. And the whole day I'm working that song in my head. I'm like, "Who's singing that?" Go on YouTube, can't find the thing. And I don't know what the song called, so I pull
Yeah,
on
yeah,
Balance
sure.
Party, all kind of a thing. Can't find the song.
Yeah.
So I said, "Man," but anyway, the song stick in my head. So about I don't know, a few months later, back at work again. Then I can't take it. I was like, yo, that song hit me like a punch in my chest. But then it was DOC. DOC say, Wetty Beatz. I say, all right. I go look up Wetty Beatz. I found the song. Then I found CA. Then after that, I
Yeah.
found Can't Take It. And bro, let me tell you, from that, like I said, I'm still studying. For the last 2.5 years,
Mhm.
I'm still discovering that you produce for all that Tunji, and I'm pretty sure you wrote for him too, because now I listen to your stand, I heard that song, I'm like, that song like Wetty Beatz wrote it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that
had us
that
doing our homework for
yeah,
sure.
that oh yeah song that oh yeah 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 oh yeah
Who is
yeah
it?
yeah.
Yes, that's the one. You
Yeah,
wrote that.
that's me. I wrote that and produced
Ah,
that as well. So yeah, in collaboration
yes.
with Static. So yeah, man.
Yeah.
A
Bro,
lot of
strength.
things. Well. It's like if I give you a catalog, it's crazy. I did watch thing, make we jump and sing. Watch thing, body balancing. You know, that's for
Yeah.
Skinny Fabulous. I wrote
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one for
you
Skinny
you wrote
Fabulous
you wrote
and
that
produced
you wrote
that.
that song.
Yeah, wrote and produced it. What else? I did Doctor Mashup for Marshall Montano. It was I didn't write
Yeah.
that one, but I did just the beat.
The production, right?
Um, yeah, I did a lot of things, bro. And
Yeah, well, the beats I know a slew of beats, and like I said, they're still coming.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the songs is what well the songs I don't think I'd say I'm still catching up, but I'm catching up on old. It's like older things are starting to show up now.
Okay, yeah. Like
Like
things you probably heard before you didn't know. Like
yeah, that I
okay,
didn't know is that's what I showed up by. The new things I'm already from
yeah,
Can't Take It. I'm ahead to what you even really said. I already
yeah,
I on point, you know. But yeah, the
yeah,
older
man. Of
things
course, of course.
But how
Yeah.
was Saint Vincent embrace you or your music?
Well, back then it was a struggle because if he wasn't a top artist, if he wasn't straight off the bat, if he wasn't like some Skinny Fabulous, so he wasn't an artist that people know and being played a lot,
Right,
then for you it's very tough because man ain't gonna play your stuff on radio. You know what I mean?
yeah, right.
Man not gonna play a thing on radio and then you have to fight for that. And then the good thing that came about is like the media, internet, Facebook, whatever.
Right,
So
right.
from that came about now, then there's no way a radio station is gonna stop you from busting and doing your thing.
Facts.
Because from something go viral on the internet is viral. Like everybody know you. Everybody
Yeah,
know
yeah.
the song, everybody know you. So
You have to follow.
but yeah, but by then, when I started putting out my stuff on internet was there, and you start getting attention here and there. Radio already start picking it up now.
Right.
So both it joined in at the perfect time, and radio start playing it, and everybody start getting familiar with the whole vibe, and yeah, from there it was good. So back home, people them, Vinci embrace me as their artist now. You know what I mean? Back
Right.
then it wasn't the case, but like now they embrace me as an artist. Like when I release a song, oh yo, he's from Vince, like yo, Wetty, So
Yeah.
it's a good feeling, it's a good look, and
Right.
I just hoping, the prime minister will give me a passport, diplomatic.
But you
I
have a
just
French
hoping,
passport.
no, I want a diplomatic passport. So this is
Okay, okay.
I want to go wait in the same line. I just want to go and represent the country. You understand?
Nice, nice.
So
Yeah.
but putting that aside, I was like, I just glad that people start appreciating my music now, especially in St. Vincent. But
Right.
from way back, Grenadian people embracing my music way back, So
Mm.
when I tell you I have a lot of people in Grenada who know me and never see me, but because I went to Grenada once when I was small. That time I ain't producing anything, but like now, I passed really quick. I passed in really quick on this cruise. I was on a cruise, so
Right.
I passed in really quick. I passed into Dominica,
Yes, it's
Antigua, St. Lucia, and a couple
Mhm.
places like that. But I was pretty much big up by them people in Grenada. Like they know me, and everyone thought I was from Grenada. It's
Yes.
not from Grenada. I'm from St.
Yes.
Vincent and Grenadines.
That's what I was trying to figure out too, because the music was like more like a Grenadian style.
Yeah, I'm a
You know, you
Grenadian
jab
singing, a
style
jab
and-
thing.
Yeah.
So I just say I put the J in jab. Well,
Yeah, for real.
I ain't taking no credit for them people think because I've been out
Hey,
before I was
careful.
born.
I have spice blood in me, So
Yeah.
my mom's a Grenadian. Yeah.
Nah, but I did some stuff for the Grenadian market, and it kind of helped to change up a little bit the way they view their own music, and now most of them thing is more the standard of music, the quality, even the quality.
Yes.
I'm talking about engineering quality and all that. They're like everybody now stepping it up. So
yeah, that is
right
true.
now, and the music really traveling. So when you go in a fete, when you have a song, a Grenadian song, the fete mash up because half of the fete probably Grenadian people anyways.
Yeah,
That's in here in Europe, like in England, in London, or them places, So I'm really glad to see that they innovate because it's been a while. Only set of music was being recognized like on the global scale was only Trinidad music, like.
Yeah.
But as you know, Trinidad looking for the vibe from Grenada and St. Vincent long time ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's crazy now to see how the table turned.
Yeah.
And now everywhere you go and you see a Grenada song and a flatten, and it's just crazy. I like that.
So the Grenadians still they mash up everything in London too, because they up in Toronto, man, they mash up everything.
Well, in London, you already know but I don't stick around to see all the mash up and we already going.
No,
we already going when they start a beat down a while.
Man,
When they play a bad tune, you pam.
everything fall,
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. The vibe is not like no ordinary thing, man. Trust me.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I do have a question. Has your name always been Wetty Beatz, or were you going by a different name prior to this name?
Well, everybody like to ask the same question, but
Yeah.
all right. Let me tell you. Well, when I was a kid, I was always playing around, and then my nappy will be wet, and I'll play my wet nappy. So then they call me, my mom used to call me Dirty Wetty. Is it? And then the dirty went away from my name, and I just stuck with Wetty. And then when I started billing beats, and my friends and them used to come to the studio, used to call me Wetty Beatz, and from there I just stick with the name Wetty Beatz. But it's a long story dragging in the ground. That's that story.
Wow, you just really let it out there. You just told the whole
the whole world.
You being wet.
Yeah, man. Of course.
Well,
Story behind it. Is it?
Like that. No. The beats are wet though. The beats are
Well,
wet.
and then the beat them wet, so is it? It's a whole different thing, man. Yeah.
Right. Thanks for that. Thanks for sharing that. You made me laugh.
So Wetty, being a producer, a lot of artists have different sound, or like they like to hear themselves a certain way. How is it? How is it as a producer producing for, let's say, I don't know, somebody like Marshall Montano compared to somebody like Lava Man?
Well, the thing is, right, I always study if I'm going to write a song for somebody or produce a song for somebody, right? On the producing part, I give you my style, right? So if you come into Wetty Beatz, you're coming for Wetty Beatz song, right?
Yes.
And you're not coming for something songing like you're coming for a Wetty Beatz song, so you come to me. But on the writing part of things, I always study the artist first. Like even study how they sing, the range, how they, the vocals, or you know what I mean, the impact.
Yeah.
And I'll write a song based on how your vocals, how the study I get. I'll write
Right.
a song based on that. You
Mm.
know, so I will definitely make sure I go and pull on a couple of music, listen to it. So you like to do this, do that. Okay, you know what I mean. So and then when I record the song, I'll record the song so it could sound like you,
Right.
right?
Mm.
And then all you have to do is just take the song, go to the studio, record it, and it already sound like you, so you know what you have to do.
Right.
Okay.
You know, so yeah. It's not a hard thing for somebody. It's not like musical with a musical air. It might be
Right.
tough, but
Right.
I mean, I ain't no big musician and but I know what I like to hear and I know what I hear, and so
Yeah.
yeah, that's how I work. That's how it goes. You know?
Yeah, well, what I like from that answer is like, yeah, I bring when you answer the beat, it's like, yo, I give you a Wetty Beatz production. Hey, you ain't gonna tell me, nah, put the thing like that, and nah, this is what you
Yeah.
you're getting. I love that answer, you know what I mean? Because a lot
Absolutely.
of people will try to tone down their thing to make other people comfortable, you know what I mean?
That's right.
Yeah. Now, but if you come in, is if you go to Apple, right?
Mm.
You're gonna go to Apple and ask for iPhone looking like Android.
Facts.
You
You're
know
not
what I
gonna do
mean?
that.
No, you're going to
Facts.
Apple because you're
True.
going to the product that Apple offer
Apple
you.
has
Right.
You
exactly.
know what I mean? They
Yes.
might probably tell them, "Oh, I don't want this application or that application." Yes, but you're getting an iPhone, it looking like an iPhone. That's what it's supposed to look.
Right.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's the same thing
True.
when it comes to
True.
Wetty Beach production. That's where you're getting again. And Wetty Beach production. If you don't want that, then you go somewhere else. It's simple and easy.
Yeah, true. I
Yeah.
like that.
Let's talk about
Mm-hmm.
Wetty Beatz, the artist, for a second.
Mm-hmm.
How are you being received as Wetty Beatz, the artist, in Europe, where you're at right now?
Well, I'm
Holland,
not right now.
Paris, London.
Well, on the French market, I'm just wetting my foot a little bit into it. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because obviously I've been releasing some music and it been played like a lot in Guadeloupe and a couple places. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Shout out to my team behind the whole vibe, blasting the music and sending it out to the right set of people. Um, with that said, that's on that scale. I'm now stepping into it. But like even in Holland, like my music, when I study the discography of my music, when I study how it is, like when I watch on Spotify and see where people listen to my music a lot,
Mm-hmm.
my music is being streamed and listened in the States more than anywhere else in the world. And I
Okay.
never stepped foot into the States. You understand?
Serious.
But there's other places and specific places too that listen to my music a lot too. Like for example, we recently on the French territory, in the English territory, like England and in Holland sometimes. In Japan and places here, I don't know, but I am living in Japan and some places like Iraq and
Yeah.
what?
All the way
You know,
over there.
so yeah, and I'm like, okay, all right, cool. Well, I guess that is what it is. I don't know the answer there, but okay, it's working. So
Yeah.
good. You know, so but in the European market is going quite good. It's going quite good for now, for the moment. But as I say, in the bigger scale, Canada and America are where most of my listeners, most of my streams come from. You know?
So one thing about that I wanted to say, I know, and then I have a follow-up this. I know that you have a show coming up, a spring show coming
Mhm.
up. Is that your production or is that something that you're a guest artist on?
Oh no, well I've been booked for it, so
Oh, you've
yeah,
been booked for
gonna
it.
be other artists on there as well. I think Slot
Okay,
on there.
okay.
I'm not sure who's on there.
All right.
But I know I'm on there for sure.
All right.
So far. Yeah.
So since we haven't seen you on stage and you haven't been here, when do you plan to visit us?
Well, the thing isn't it's a simple problem. It's just a problem with visa, right? It's a visa problem. So I'm trying to fix that problem like really soon now. I'm already on my Canadian visa because so far I'm still going along with to get my European passport, right? So,
Okay.
but I'm resident here, so I have residency, but it's just a matter of
The
getting a
citizenship.
lawyer and go and organize
Yeah.
for the European passport. But if I got the European passport, then it's very easy to just
Yeah, in
go
and
to
out.
America or to
come.
Canada because
Yeah.
obviously the French and them have
Connection, the
accords. So,
British.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So but so far I'm traveling on my Vincentian passport, and it will require a visa for both places, Canada and
Right.
America.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
a lot of people reach out to me for bookings in America and Canada so far, like real plenty, and then you can't go because obviously.
Yeah.
We'll
So
see you
I'm
soon.
working on that right now,
Yeah.
and I already sent an application for
Trust me, you
Canada.
will fill out wherever venue that is. It will be full. Whatever
Yeah.
you
I hope
decide to
so.
come.
Oh,
Yeah.
but trust me, Grenadians, they mash up everything in Toronto,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
It will be
yeah,
full.
yeah.
It will be full.
Montreal, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, of course, of course. I really want to touch some places there too, you know what I mean? Just for the experience at least too.
Of
Just to
course.
see how it is change, if it's way different from Europe, or you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
What's the Vinci Prime Minister name again?
We have Gonzav.
Yeah, Mr. Gonzal,
Yeah.
we need a passport for it. Yeah,
Of
Diplomatic
course. Well,
passport.
yeah, I
passport.
mean,
All right.
of course,
The
they have
capital
to
D.
organize it. They have to organize it, you know what I mean? Because I fly in the flag right now too. Now.
Yeah,
If you
man,
mind
you're
telling
writing,
you,
you're
I fly
producing.
in the flag.
Yeah.
I've song place and movie by Spike Lee and thing, and up to now I mean get passport. You mother. I gotta go
Wow.
man.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
I've a placement. That same Oye song it was placed in a movie by Spike Lee.
But,
Spike
oh
Lee's one of
wow.
Okay.
Spike Lee's a big
Yeah.
movie man.
Nice.
You know,
No,
so.
the prime
Let's
the
talk
prime
about
minister.
that for a second.
Yeah.
How does that work? Okay, so once your song is played in a movie, you get royalties every time that movie's played. Is that how
Well,
it works?
It depends on what kind of contract you have, you know.
Okay.
Right.
So, for example, this was a one-off paid thing. They licensed it for,
Okay.
they just took the license for maybe for a couple of years, or they buy off right straight off the license. So
Right.
they probably give you a 20,000-30,000, and then but
Okay.
this particular song was split between multiple people in terms of royalties and
Okay.
rights to it. So
Mhm.
everybody eat a small food from it still, but it
Okay.
was good. The main thing out of this is my song being placed in a movie,
Of course.
and
That's big.
that's
Yeah,
huge
for
thing
sure.
already.
That's huge.
It's an achievement.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
I
the
said that.
starting name is Wetty Beatz. I said, all right, I
Yeah.
was glad. And my name there.
Right? Nah, that's huge for everyone in the Caribbean, whether you're from
Yes.
Vinci or not. That's huge for everybody in
It's
the
okay
Caribbean.
industry at least, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
pushing the culture one bit further, you see?
Yeah.
Right.
So that's cool.
No, I mentioned that only to just kind of jump into asking you if you think you would have gotten so far if you were based in Vinci right now.
Nope.
Hmm.
That answer everything. Nope.
Yeah. Well, I just had to ask.
You know why? You know why? Because the thing is, it's like when you're from home, when
Yeah.
in a place like Vinci, for example, or Dominica, or Guadeloupe, or any other place, you know what I mean?
Right.
Mhm.
The people from there don't recognize you when you're doing at your best, unless people outside start
Outside,
recognizing
that
you.
is
And
so
when
true.
they start
Yes.
recognize you, then
Mhm.
they own you and say, "Oh yeah, this is what
Yeah, that's
from
my
here,
thing.
this
Yeah,
from
yeah,
that."
yeah. That's so
So
Yeah.
true.
if I was still living in Vinci, maybe it would have been a thing where I produced some beats and then it played on the radio playing Vinci or whatever, and
Yeah.
that's it. That was the end of it. I'm telling you. So you have to make it outside for inside to appreciate you.
Yeah.
No.
So, and that's very crazy, but
It is crazy, and it's a kind of a backward mentality, and
backward, very backward. But
really,
yeah,
And
I
man,
don't know what to say, but it's something that it's gonna take a long time to get rid of.
yeah,
yeah.
that is crazy. I only thought it's my country that was like that.
Everywhere, bro, everywhere.
The
But
entire Caribbean.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But as we're speaking about that, um, I look at Grenada, Saint Vincent, Saint Lucia, and even Dominica as pretty much the same culture, the same people. I mean,
Mhm.
I know in certain parts in Grenada, I don't know if in Vinci, in certain parts in St. Vincent they have Creole or anything, but I know in Grenada they did or they do.
But I guess it's died out in Vinci now because, and a lot of people was asking me that too. Like people from when I went to Dominica, like people asked me like, "Yo, Vinci speaking Creole too?" Or I was like,
Right.
"No," and I never know that. That never existed when I was growing up. So what are you talking about? And then I started realizing, like, understanding that back then everybody used to speak Creole, even in Trinidad. Some places you speak Creole, and
Yeah.
Grenada, and them just like what?
Mhm.
So while it is then people just move down with boat and just jump off an island and speak in Creole, and what's going on here? You know, so
I
I
think it
kind of
comes
learned from that too. That was crazy, you know.
I think it comes from our African descendants, right? So when we
Maybe,
came,
yeah.
when we were taken to these places, we developed this language to communicate amongst ourselves.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
but just some of
Could be
them
that,
just
yeah.
kind of put
Yeah.
that to the side because it was almost like a status thing, like a class
Mhm.
system. If you're
Yeah.
below, you speak the
Yeah.
Creole. If you're higher society, you speak more English or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I
So
guess it's something like that, to be honest.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
most likely is that. Yeah.
yeah. Well, like even in Dominica, where like certain parts where they speak it heavy, and certain parts, some kids will tell you they don't understand it, right? I know
Mhm.
for myself, I learned to speak fluent Creole in Canada, right? Because my grandmother, if you say anything in Creole back home, well, your grandmother sends something behind you. You're not supposed to speak like that. Like like Jay said, it's like a class thing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I think a lot of them probably use it just to, I guess, cuss in front of us so we wouldn't know, and
Yeah.
certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah. That crazy, man. That crazy.
But bring me to my question, which is, do you think do you think like the scout, because as a producer, when you listen to Jab Jab or you listen to Booyah music or
Mhm.
even Saint Lucian music, Dangre music, do you
Mhm.
hear like a similar sound in there? Or like when I watch Grenada and I saw that in Vinci too, you guys do the same. Well, in Dominica we call it lapo cabwit, like it's like a goat skin drum, Juve morning type of thing.
Mhm.
The only thing in Grenada, I know they use oil and what and what. So would you
Yeah.
agree with me and say, like, as far as the music goes, like it's the same type of sound?
Well, to be honest, I think there's some kind of roots in all these islands, because as you talk about drums, we have that same kind of drums too. So we like take goat skin and stretch it on the
Right.
drum, and
Mm-hmm.
then we do that for celebration, for like when it's a marriage, or we call it
Okay.
maroon, or maroon
Mm-hmm.
fest or something, or you know what I mean, when there's death or something, we use it always to celebrate something, right?
Right.
And I think even in it's probably even in Grenada too, them kind of thing. So there's some linkage,
Yeah.
somewhere along the line. There's some link
Yeah.
running around all the islands, that
Mm-hmm.
some cultures of some sort is still there, and it is
Yeah.
just not changing. I mean, from generation to generation is hand down. So yeah, I guess there's something there. I guess
Yeah.
there's a yeah. I never
Yeah.
thought
So,
of that. Now you bring up the question, I never really thought of it that way. But yeah, I guess something is there.
well, you see, I listen to a lot of music too, right? Um, and when I listen to Jab Jab music, I listen to Booyah music. Besides the drum itself, even soca music, besides the drum itself, Dominica, Grenada, they use a lot of conch shell,
Yeah,
right?
as well. So
Right. And even St. Lucia and Dominica, they use the accordion,
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And even in Vinci music, certain, and I'm going back like when Skinny Fabulous first came out, or even Beckett and those guys, their music to me it had like a Grenadian sound, which which I could understand why when people see you and say, "Is he from Grenada? Is he from Saint Vincent?" Like I
Mm.
was like that too. I couldn't tell. I say, okay, I see the man with a Vinci flag. I hear the man singing a song about Vinci the volcano thing.
Mm-hmm,
But I think
mm-hmm.
he might be Grenadian because certain movements,
The
even the
vibe.
way we speak too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, you see, that's the thing too. You know what I mean? Is it's kind of hard to say per se, because as growing up, I listen to a lot of music, so that's why my thoughts and my
Right.
creativity is different from somebody who probably just listen to one set of music all the
Mhm.
time, all the time.
Yeah.
I listen to every kind of music, so I even listen to jazz sometimes.
Nice.
Listen to different kind of music that have nothing to do with me, but I just
Yeah.
listen to it just to figure out the timing, figure out how it go, and stuff like that.
Right.
So I think basically what you're saying is it could be is true. There's some sort of linkage between the islands. So because when I listen to, as you say, certain music from Saint Vincent, you think is yeah, for real, like, okay, this is a great and I produce this, or
Yeah.
what's the case?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or sometimes I listen to some from Vincent, like, yo, this sound like somebody from St. Lucia, or
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
but it's raw Vinci thing. So I guess, and as well, it's probably people like, I like the song from St. Lucia, so I try to do something like St. Lucia or Grenada or some
Yeah.
other, and then always mixing it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you're right in that sense. There's some sort of, yeah,
Yeah.
some sort of linkage somewhere along the line, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, there was 3 brothers, 4. They went to one went to say Lucia, one was from Dominico.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
spread the
let's
seeds.
say that's what it is.
Yeah, and then they just decide, all right, I go hold that line, you
Right?
hold that, then right.
Yeah. Oh man.
Had to
But
explain.
I could
Yeah.
definitely tell in some of your music that you are influenced beyond soca, right?
Yeah, of course, man, of course.
If, like even the song Can't Take It. The
Yeah.
just the way that and Bottle Over My Head. That ten 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 ten. I know it's a soca-ish because it's a what steel pan, right?
Yeah, steel
But
pan, it's steel pan.
yeah,
We culture, well, from Trinidad and wherever. I grew up learning to play steel pan and play drums. My main
right.
thing is drums. As you hear in my music, I'm more versatile on the percussion and drums and things.
Yes.
That's my field. But
Yes.
as growing up, I learned to play steel pan. I used to, like, for a side hustle when I was going to school, I used to go play pan in the night, Go
Yeah.
sometime I'm on the drum, sometime I'm in front playing pan. Ask me to play it now. I can even play one note. I can't tell you. But I used to grow up doing that, and then when you're away from something too long, sometimes you lose
Yeah, touch,
you
yeah.
lose your touch and you lose your
Yeah.
thing. When you get back into it now, so they knock on it, say, oh, this did it. All right, cool, boom, you're
Yeah.
back into it. But
Mm,
I grew up, playing pan, and it was a long time people try to neglect the pan music.
right.
Like I remember I producing, I wouldn't call name, but I remember I producing a beat for a certain individual, and he was like, nah, take out the pan out of that, like that outdated, take out the pan. Like, oh, okay, got the pan. And then me and Trini Boy Juicy sitting in the studio, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Let me think something, and then I just started, tune it up, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, and then it come good. It's like, up to today, I can't tell you what happened at that time when we made this song. I
Right.
know we was in the studio monkeying around, and we was watching Major Hype coming through like a battle girl. Oh, take that battle and head and thing. And so,
Oh,
oh, shit, how we do that, yeah, boy, battle over head.
yeah.
And we
Okay.
Wow.
like, yeah, we come up with the whole concept right there, and then
Yeah.
but the beat part of it, I can't remember what I was doing
Yeah.
or how it come about, but yeah. I
Yeah.
just started
Good stuff.
mixing on something, dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun, and then before you know it, yeah, and then we end up recording some actual live pans. Big up to Trini Boy Juicy Boy over in London. He
Mhm.
did some pan on the song. It was, yeah, live pan. Before it was just like a synthetic steel pan, but what I go. So
Yeah.
then they began some live steel pan. It was like, wow, it was crazy. So yeah, that song came about. I don't know, boy. It was just a vibe.
Yes.
And,
Nice.
a lot of people dig in the vibe. And I don't know if you notice later on in the song, with all the build up later on in the song, it started cut like Zouk.
Yeah.
It started cut like Zouk.
I
And
don't
then
listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
and then
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
it started cut like Zouk go down there. So like, a lot of them islands just like it because it's a lot of mixes in there. So
Yeah.
I
And
guess
that's what I'm talking about. I could hear the different influence. Even in the thing. When I can't take it, when I first hear the flute, I'm like, what the hell?
yeah.
Nah, this man didn't put a flute in the beat. Just the.
That-
I'm like,
yeah.
you don't hear
That-
them things.
and that's crazy because that whole thing come from a lot of people see me editing. Yeah, I just watch anime. I love that. I love
Yes.
anime, and a lot of that come from Chinese and Japanese
Yeah,
culture.
Japanese culture.
I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
anime. Are you crazy? I love anime. I sit and watch the whole day. Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, just name it. I sit and watch it
Oh gosh.
because at the end of the day too, it's all about preference too, right? Because I watch a movie, right?
Mm.
And okay, you know it's a movie, right? Cool. But then I watch an anime and certain thing they try to portray in the anime, like in the sense of loyalty and some other stuff, the way how to do it and the way thing,
Right.
it's on another level. And
Mm.
for someone like me, is people probably think it's weird, but someone like me, I think this is so on another level. I don't even watch a movie anymore. I
Yeah.
watch anime.
Nice.
You're into the
You know what I
anime.
mean?
Anime.
So yeah, it's just crazy, and that's a lot of influence. A lot of, most of the time when I finish watching anime, I go and build a beat or do something. A lot of the time just around that, that
Yeah.
whole vibe, and
Okay.
and as well growing up listening to like U2 and them kind of band and them rock and roll thing, and because my adopted daddy always brings CDs of all different kind of music, and I just
Yeah.
listen to them, and
Yeah.
for example, you hear that and
Yeah.
sing nice again.
Yeah.
Nice again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feel
Yes,
like a
yes,
rock
yes,
star.
yes.
And
I
then
love
no,
the versatility. I love it. I love it. And I think that's what makes your beat so unique is
yeah,
because you're so immersed in so many different cultures and so
yeah,
versatile that way that it's different from any other sound that I've ever heard.
Facts.
That's for sure.
yeah,
Facts.
true.
Yeah.
A lot of people are scared to do it, but I just say, you know what?
You have to be
What
different.
can I lose from
Has
this?
to
If I
be.
try something and it doesn't work, it just don't work. I
Yeah.
just go on to the next. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I try a lot of things, and now I don't know if you noticed, but I started to find a lot of things sounding like the direction I'm taking. A lot of people trying to
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
follow
Yeah.
that line and sounding like it too. So
Yeah.
like, what? I guess
You're
I'm
a
doing something
trendsetter.
good.
So
Yeah.
you gotta come you gotta be
Yeah.
But
even think
yeah.
more outside of the box now because people are catching on to what's trending. Well, it's not trending.
Yeah.
What actually going to be playing on the airways, playing in the clubs, on the
Yeah.
road, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. So
Of
away from
course.
the regular soca, the beats. Yeah, yeah,
Well, I mean, everybody can copy, but original will always stand out.
yeah. You
And
need that wet, that
that,
sauce,
you, you see
that wet
them, you
sauce.
see them, you see them guitar influence you have in some of them songs. Boy, I don't think nobody could touch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? Yo, the guitar in some of them songs, even vibes. I could just let the guitar stream in vibes.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. Just sit down there, just take that in. It's like, yo.
Yeah, man. This one was done with a other kind of thing again, different kind of culture again. A dude from Bosnia. His
Okay.
studio is right across the road there. We did some work and we're doing a couple works.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we mixed that with his type of playing, his way of
Yeah.
playing,
Yeah.
and my soca way and whatever. And we came up with that song, and it was like, wow,
Like, come on,
it's
nice.
pleasant to the air. It's pleasant to the air.
Yeah,
And a
it
lot of
is.
people asking me that. I get a couple producers asking me, yo, what's the thing right now? What's going on? Is it the guitar? What's happening?
Telling you,
Why
yo.
make anything like? I don't know. I just try and think, but I can't tell it myself. I just try and think.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't
I
tell
just
them
make
nothing.
very-
Yes.
You mentioned a collab with the Bosnian guy. Is there any other artists that you think you would want to collab with, whether it's in Europe or from the Caribbean? Anyone?
Yeah,
Want it?
anybody who want to work, I don't mind. From where I'm at right now, at my point of view, I'm good. I'm just working, and along the way, as long as anything come, it just come. You
Nice.
know, I ain't forcing anything, and I ain't wishing for anything. I just working, and along the way, once it happen, it happen. Just being humble and wait, and hopefully things will come.
All right.
You know,
Right? I have to contact you for some rhythm, boy.
yeah.
Fix up
Well,
my voice.
look at it, yeah. Just drink a lot of juice and sweeten up the voice, and we're ready to go.
Extra sugar.
I'm telling you.
But
Yeah,
yo,
man.
what you mentioned anime, and there's well, I noticed something in the last rhythm you put out. Well, not the, well, one of the last rhythm you put out with the anime thing.
Yeah.
Is that and there was a first one with the beat. It had Lava Man, King Jab, and all of them on there.
Jeff King. Yeah. That was
Jeff King.
Super Saiyan Rhythm.
Right. You did the anime.
I did everything.
Sick drawings.
Yeah. I did everything, bro.
Wow.
Thank God to this iPad. Love you. I did everything. Yeah. When I was growing up in school, that's what I used to do too. I wanted to be an artist, like drawing, doing architecture and them things.
Right.
Visual artist. Nice.
Before being an artist, like singing artist, I wanted to do drawing and thing, but then I leave that, and then I went to music, and then along the way I just say, well, I have an iPad, I have Apple Pencil, wow, let me just try something still, and it was going good. I never like lost the touch, so it was okay for me. You know,
is that something you would like to get back into in the future? Like,
yeah, I wanna get into doing little anime stuff, you know, like actually drawing and making animation. And if you saw for the last rhythm with the One Piece rhythm, Mark me skinny everyone in it, it was it's a little animated. It's not too much, it's just animated a little bit. But boy, that take a lot of time.
Yeah.
because that was the first time I ever tried that,
Right.
First time I ever tried that, and my God, it take a lot of time, but the results when you thinking is it look hard.
Yeah,
you know.
It
definitely. I'm gonna try and take some courses slowly but surely and try again to it and understand it more and stuff because it's very interesting for me.
Yeah, you have time for all that again?
But that's what I'm saying. I really have a lot of time, but I would every day if I do at least 20 minutes or hour, it's not too bad.
Yeah, it adds up. Yeah, that's true. I like the motivation, man. You know what I mean? A lot of people could pick that up. Man.
Of course. Definitely need that. You need to drive, otherwise you ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, true. So what can we look forward? I know you said every end of the month you have either a rhythm or a song or something.
That's what we have to look forward to. But look forward for a couple big tunes because I have like a song that I did with Sandman from Grenada. Sandman did a lot of beats too and productions. He had this big tune called Wink Eye Saltfish as well.
Yeah.
I have a tune. It's when I tell you it's big market tune. It's worldwide. Like it's so kind of, but it gives you that kind of you're driving in a car and you just chilling and watching the sunset and but it's a big soca song, big dance song to mash up dance and thing.
Yeah.
But part of it make you feel like some big concert, like you're in a big stadium.
Right.
You jump. Right. We don't need no drinks from your bar, cause we got our own.
Right.
We got our own. You know what I mean? And it's just, when it reaches that part, it's just whoa, crazy. But you have the Sandman. I have another big banger coming too. It'll mix up a French and thing again. This time is a kind of bouillon. What's your name? Hey. Don't turn it and tell me what's your name. That one there.
I'm feeling it already.
So we get that
next. If I can give you a little piece of it, man.
What? That would be nice. What you mean, man?
Now, I wonder if I could play it. If I could play it and you hear it, then it's crazy. You know what I mean? Let me just check really quick.
Yeah, that would be blessed.
Have a charm, man. Yeah, man. It's a licky thing. I hopefully can play. Let me try and see. I don't know. Yeah. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Yo, who that girl over there? Yeah, that one right there. Yes, I'm talking to you. Come on to Tapel, make a split and bust a beg. And sit down right there, bounce on it and tell me what's your name. Bounce on it and tell me what's your name.
Hey. Hold on. That position is wicked. You make the man them stupid. I feel you want to thief my soul because you're bouncing crooked. You make me feel high, but my vision lucid. And when you do what you do, baby girl, listen, shake it up and twerk. Look at your machine work. Someone like to eat with spoon. I want to give you a fork. Okay, I But is it? Look for them isn't it? Real vibes.
That's
real vibes to come. And more things, you know what I mean?
What you know what
crazy.
You know what I appreciate about your lyrics? You in every song there's a metaphor that make me laugh. In every single song. Wetty,
Yeah,
how
man.
do you pose up on a woman like a cricket bat?
Yeah.
Because
Dog, you
every
have to be, you know what I mean, inventive. Sometimes
yes,
some of them thing I say is not like it's no real thing, you know, but it's inventive. Like you put
yeah,
somebody in a way of thinking, to think like, oh, cricket bat, ball, what? You know what I mean? And you just
Right.
okay, but you understand the whole concept of what
yeah,
I'm
man,
really trying to get at. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
man.
So that's right now. I mean, that's it. Put something in there will make people stick there like, what? They
Yeah,
listen it again. But that next view,
boy,
you know what I mean? So
boy. You
Hmm.
make me, you make
I
me,
don't know. You see?
you make me tell a woman the other day I want to hug her up like a like a handbag strap. You know,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
say,
come now.
boy,
You know
that
what I'm
man,
telling
this
you?
it.
You know what I mean? Vibes. It's just
Oh,
vibes,
boy.
bro. Trust me.
I love the metaphors, man. Trust me.
Yeah, like
Every song they'd have one I catch and I just laugh.
yeah, man. No other artists are really doing that because
Exactly.
they just putting out music because okay, they say, oh, jump up, mash up, this, that, all right, cool. But me, when I get a concept for a song, I try to be creative and not try to use back the same set of words every time.
Right.
I mean, one at one point it will come back where you have no choice because it's soca music and soca music is not like a wide vocabulary. You have jump up, mash up, put up hands, this, that,
Yeah.
boom,
Yeah.
the basics. So
Yeah.
you know, but there will be a time when you have to,
Of course.
recycle the lyrics. But
Yeah.
for now, I'm trying to be very creative and go out to the box and keep doing different stuff.
Of
Nice.
course.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah,
Soca
man.
because when I listen to soca back in the day, like I talking about like Sparrow, even like Kitchener, they used to
Yeah,
use a lot of wordplay too.
yeah, them
And
guys had a lot of that for
Lyric.
real.
yeah, double
Always using
meanings
some
and
kind of thing. Yeah, double meaning that the catch you, you're listening, you what?
yeah.
You keep listening that to understand what you mean. When
Yeah.
you finally figure out what you mean, you listen it again.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Big people thing.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Sparrow is one that I grew up on Sparrow. My grandfather, used to play it in the house all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
If I touch the radio back in the day to put a cassette in, hey, make sure you play a Sparrow before you play anything, right? And
Yeah.
I used to sing the songs, and now as a man, I listen and I'm like, yo, if you want
It's
lyrics
crazy,
for a
right?
woman, just listen to Sparrow.
Of
It
course,
wasn't
of
for
course.
children to listen to.
No, you mad.
Yeah.
No, trust me. No, it's good vibes, man.
Yeah.
Back in the days, it's nothing but love, man. And man,
Yeah.
music was really something else. Like now, you
Yeah.
don't, you can't find that now because everybody trying
Right.
to just be the next trend and singing. Sometimes,
That's it.
and to be honest, and it's like some of them things, man, singing these days too. Not bashing anybody music, but it's just something to be trendy. Like
Yeah.
they catch people attention, like one thing over and over.
Mhm.
And because this song good and people, think they gravitate to that.
Yeah.
But then that
It doesn't
music
last.
is not gonna go outside and go in the
Yeah.
bigger market to reach
Yeah.
people who, like people who don't normally listen to your music.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be attractive because it's just one thing. When you
Yeah.
do be innovative and do something different, then
Yeah.
label the music travel. And
Yeah.
I think personally, basically, that's why most of their music in the Caribbean, soca music in general, that's why most of them never come out the island, never come out to go anywhere else because it's not
Right.
marketable. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So
True. True.
yeah,
So based on what you just said there, like what advice would you give to a young, well, not to say young, but up and coming producers, songwriters, artists from the Caribbean? What kind of advice would you give to them based on what you just said?
I would say study the market very good, study the market. And when I say study the market, I mean listen to all them hits. Listen to all these songs that when you go on YouTube, you see they hit millions of views and stuff like that. Study the songs that are really in rotation. Because if a song come out of Dominica or come out of Grenada or some other island and it's playing in Vinci often, then you want to know, like, okay, who this artist, where from, ting. When you study the song and you study the arrangement, how it's, the lyrics they put into the song, that can help to don't just do music to say, oh, Dongenbaga or this, and this place. Because that only limiting you to Dongenbaga.
Right.
You understand?
Yes,
And
yes.
it's in putting you at an advantage. Who knows bagger beside you and your friends and them? You
True.
understand?
True.
Or I'm just drawing a reference, you know.
Yeah.
It's not. You have to really think outside the box on the music, the international market. Other people appreciate not only your own but other people. So once you do that, then you're supposed to be good. I don't see the reason, you know what I mean? Obviously, I with a little money behind it too for marketing purposes and stuff. Your
Of
music will travel. There's a lot of things like Instagram, Facebook, Google. What else you need? You have all the tools to make yourself an artist and make yourself boss. You just
Right.
need a little money and need the right guidance, and you're gone.
Yeah.
You know,
Hear you.
definitely study the market and make sure you don't write music for home in your house and you and your friends. Right?
Great advice. Thank you.
Yeah, because your music, it's everlasting music. Even the fast ones, you know what I mean? Like, you can hear a fast song today and then next year you forget about it. But your music, it like I can listen to it in my car, I can listen to it in my house, I can jam with it same way. You know what I mean? So I think we need more music like that, to be quite honest. And that goes back to even your lyrics and comparing it like I compared to Sparrow and them, but I'm thinking like that is what you're bringing back type of thing, you know what I mean? Instead of the water down, like you say, shake your twerk there, do this, do that.
Yeah. For example, you see Tingo Nice Again. This Tingo Nice Again is a perfect example of innovative music. So I'm not someone who like to self-praise and be like, oh yeah, Tingo Nice died this and that. No.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, for example, Tingo Nice Again. I sing the whole song about Tingo Nice Again, and you never know I'm talking about coronavirus. You never know I'm talking about it was a pandemic or whatever. You know? Because I never mentioned them things in there. I never mentioned COVID-19 like everybody else that was doing a song around that time. COVID-19 was in the song or this, that. No, I never mentioned it in there.
Yeah.
And the reason for me not doing that is because when you hear Tingo Nice Again, what you're thinking about? Okay, the place is gonna open back up, or maybe you lost a friend, and then things must get nice along the way for you in life, or maybe things ain't going right for you at this moment, but one of these days things must be nice for you again. You know what I mean? And it's just going out the box, and it's not staying in the box; it's going outside. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's a case where it's not only for this occasion. You know what I mean? Anything you do in life, once maybe you fail now, but it must get better. You understand? Things go nice again. So that's what the whole concept of the song was around.
Wow.
And to think of that, a lot of people probably didn't think of that, but when you listen over and over, you find yourself singing it. Oh, Tingo Nice Again, but you don't know why. You know what I mean? Maybe, as I say, you lost a friend or something, and then you just keep, So that's what I'm talking when I say innovative music, and going outside the box, thinking internationally, thinking worldwide. It's not only for now, in the moment.
Yeah, timeless.
So,
I like that. In that song, I'll tell you what I get from it, and I'll tell you my experience. You actually kind of mentioned my experience, you know what I mean? It came out in a pandemic. So the idea of the song, like Tingo Nice Again, yeah, you're right. Things will open up, people will be out, but you never mentioned that. And that song, like I said, that was the second song I heard from you that really made me dig into Wetty, because when that song came out, I lost my mom. And that song, bro, I remember how I got in contact with you? I just sent you a voice note like a madman. I didn't know your agents, nothing. I just say, you know what? That I was actually listening to that song and I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna send this man a voice note, because that's how I felt. That song, song from last year July till today is what helped me go through my everyday. I sing that song every day. That part you just say about Tingo Nice Again, I sing that part every day.
True.
So when you mentioned losing a friend, I was like, I'm in agreement with you, because I lost my mom, and you never mentioned coronavirus, but it was something to make you think of tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will be better.
Yeah.
So
bro. Hard luck still with that one. You know what I mean? But that is it's just life, eh? It's just life. And at the end of the day, as I say, you just have to keep pushing. You just got to keep going forward because you never know. If you just give up now, then what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
Facts.
You know what I mean, nothing gonna happen for you. So things must be nice again. So along the way, you just have to keep pushing. And that's what the song all about, basically too. Just motivation, motivating people. Keep
Yeah.
doing it, and don't give up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So yeah, man. Trust
Well,
me.
my new motivation song right now is Vibe, and I go
Yeah.
don't worry, I go take a loan. Everything go nice.
Yeah, what you know what? This one is definitely for the streets, bro. This one is definitely for everybody right now. We
Yes.
can just vibes alone. Trust me, we
Yeah,
can really think about this and that. What? If I had to take a loan, I would take a
Yep.
loan.
Yep.
And vibes right now. We outside and we doing road. So
Right.
take it back. You know,
Yes.
so right now that is it. That is the whole vibe there. Trust me. Yeah,
Man.
man.
Wow. Jay,
Yeah. We could talk for hours, but
definitely.
you know,
Definitely.
keep,
Definitely.
Yeah,
keep
man.
working on that visa. We need to see you in Toronto.
Yeah, I
Um,
definitely have to do that.
yeah.
Yes.
I'm supposed to get some answers soon, so it's gonna
Mhm.
be all right.
All right.
So let's hope.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to
Mhm.
seeing you. Anytime you're coming around these parts, if you're coming to Canada, America, I will find my way.
Oh,
Definitely.
Or we're coming to Paris, Holland. We're coming to
yeah. Well, when if you guys come in, it's okay. You know, you have
Yeah.
somebody over here. No, just shout the boy. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Shout
Right.
Wetty and is he? His link up on the
For
end. That's how that go. But yeah, man, definitely looking forward to make some trips over there as well. You know,
Yeah.
it's a must.
Well, sir, keep blessing us with your musical presence. I keep the anime up because, yeah, Skinny Fabulous look like Skinny Fabulous. You know, Lava Man look like Lava Man. So definitely keep up those the good
Yeah.
stuff, man.
yeah.
And
Mhm.
just keep motivating us like you do, man. I ain't trying to put pressure on you, but
No, it's not about that. It's just I go about every day just being creative and just doing what I have to do. You know what I mean? So
all right,
it's not too hard for me to do something like that. You know, keep.
Yeah.
nice.
If somebody asks me to reproduce a thing nice again song, I might be able to do the same song, but the
Yeah.
whole idea behind it, the whole concept,
Yeah,
it could be the same.
Right.
So
Right.
thanks.
it's
Yeah.
not too hard. It's not too hard, to be honest. Yeah, man.
Well, Wetty, thanks for joining us, man. I don't know if you want to big up your team or anything you want to.
Yeah, of course, man. I want to big up everybody who is on, who's locking on Dissect. I want to big up Dissect yourself, you guys. Thanks for having me here. I want to big up my team as well, and I hope this could, be a little motivation to the youths and them who coming up. If they, people who watching, if you want to get in contact with me, look, me handle them on top of the on
Yeah.
the screen.
Screen,
Just
right?
watching the screen, you handle on this side.
On
Yeah.
this side.
So yeah, man, if you anything is anything, so
Nice.
just stay safe, everybody out there, big up all yourself and stay blessed, easy. And again, thanks for having me here. It's always a
Yes,
pleasure.
man.
It doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'll find the time. Is it?
Nice.
Thank you
Right,
for being here.
Thank you for
Yeah.
being there. And I mean, definitely.
Of course.
Vibes are nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll talk soon, Wetty. Looking for more music, man. Give
Yeah. All right. Well, bless up, you don't know. Big up the old Dissect team. You don't know. One love coming from the Wetty Beatz family, is it?
that. It.
Take care.
So yeah, bless up everybody. You don't know.
All right.
Easy.
And that was the man Wetty Beatz, another episode of Dissect. Man, I looked forward to this interview for the minute he said yes.
Yeah.
Obviously I didn't want it to be over. But, the man in the studio, he has work to do. We also has a time limit. So it was fun, Jay.
Definitely was fun. And
Yeah. I released some energy. I got that off my chest. So
yeah.
definitely a big fan of his music. And I'm learning more about him. And the more I learn, the more it's like, man, the more intrigued I become. It's like, yes, I love the vibes. You know what I mean?
He's not only a beat maker, he's a singer. He
Mhm.
is a graphic
Writer.
artist. Like
Mhm.
What else? What else is
Everything. The
gonna
man
give
speak
us?
French. How much people in Vinci can speak French? I bet you the prime minister.
And he speaks French. Yes, he's bilingual.
You know, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the show with us this evening, and we will do this again next week, right, Jay?
Same channel.
All right, you guys have a
Take
blessed
care.
week, a blessed weekend. Do remember every Saturday mornings, 11 a.m. till the hour 3 p.m. Island Therapy on TDN radio, and every Wednesdays at 8 p.m. It's all about this weekend interview with the man Anthony Drago, sip and chat with my girl right there,
Sip
Jay.
and chat with Julie.
Catch her, you know what I mean? When's the next show?
You know what? I am working on getting some more guests for my show. If you want to be a guest on my show, please hit me up at sipevents.to on Instagram.
All right, you guys stay tuned for the next video for next week guests. Have a blessed week, blessed weekend. Deuces.
Wagwan Massive is your boy Sky. I'm tell that I'll be live on Dissect EP222. That's time 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Island Therapy, TDN TV.